New home builders are offering crazy incentives right now to sell their homes before the end of the year, and buyers are actually making really good deals right now. For example, I just closed on a client transaction this week in Santa Clarita. Now, Santa Clarita is about 45 minutes away from Los Angeles, but you get a ton more bang for your buck. This property that we closed on was $1.2 million. It was 4,000 square feet. This is a huge home with a very large size lot with a view. You cannot find those type of prices and that type of square footage for properties in Los Angeles. So if you're open to a new construction, this is a really good deal. These clients were offered either $75,000 to upgrade their property and finish the upgrades, or a 4.99% interest rate. My clients decided to go with the 4.99% interest rate that was fixed because that ended up being more beneficial to them in the long run. They also got all of their closing costs covered and $35,000 in free solar panels. So this is over $100,000 of incentives. The reasons why a builder can actually offer these incentives partly is because they have integrated all of the people involved in a transaction. So they have their own title company, they have their own mortgage company. Obviously, they have to abide by all rules and they have to disclose all of those relationships. Because builders typically will control every aspect of the transaction, they are able to offer incentives that a typical resale home seller just doesn't have the capacity to do that. So if you're thinking about getting a property, I would definitely check out some new homes. Here's the other thing that you really need to know, and this is so important, so please pay attention to this. If you're going to a new home, you need to be with your realtor on your first visit. Otherwise, they will not be able to represent. Now, a lot of people are thinking, well, if I don't have a real estate agent, I'm just going to reduce the price by 3% because I'm not using an agent. Well, guess what? The price is the price regardless of whether you have an agent or not. So here's a special incentive that I am offering to clients over the next 3 months. If you purchase a new home in December, January, or February, I'm going to offer you a $3,000 rebate that you can contribute towards your closing costs or an extra buy down on your interest rate or whatever you want to use that in the transaction. That's an extra $3,000 for just letting me represent you. Now, typically where you're going to get the best bang for your buck are in properties that are already built out. They call these spec homes. So this property was going to be closing in 30 days. That builder tends to build out all of their properties and they sell them as they become more available. Now, some builders will let you get into contract and customize every aspect of the build. You're typically going to get less incentives on those type of properties. So the incentives that you really will see that are really, really good are the ones that are already built and they just want to get them off their books. For example, there's a property in Glassell Park, which is right next to Eagle Rock and Highland Park. And these are small lot homes. If you've ever seen a small lot home, they kind of look like townhomes, but this builder is offering $75,000 towards your closing costs, which you can use to buy down your interest rate to get this 1.875. I actually had to call and confirm to make sure that this was the actual interest rate that they were quoting. And she said, yes. Now, one caveat to that. It is an FHA loan. So with FHA loans, you're going to pay private mortgage insurance upfront, which is typically 1.75%. So you will have an extra fee upfront associated with that interest rate. But 1.875 is crazy. If you do not want to have that upfront fee, you can do a 2.5% conventional loan or 30-year fix with this property. Just to give you an idea of what that looks like with a 6.3% interest rate, which we're at now, versus 2.5. Let me show you exactly what that kind of interest rates will do to your payment. Let's say you buy this property for $1.243 million. Your principal and interest is going to be $6,157.54. Now, this is all assuming that you have good credit and that you're putting 20% down. Now, your taxes and insurance are going to be $1,500 a month. Your total monthly payment, including principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, is going to be $7,692 a year. That is an annual payment cost of $92,000 a year. Now, let's say you go with their incentive. You don't want to pay the upfront fee, so you're willing to go with the 2.5% interest rate on a conventional loan. Your principal and interest is $3939.99, and your taxes and insurance is going to be the same as $1534 for your total monthly payment of $5474. Your annual payment cost is $65,000. That's nearly $30,000 in savings just from your interest rate. So it makes buying a $1.2 million house like you're buying a $900,000 house or an $800,000 house. So not only are you going to be saving a lot every single month. But look at how crazy it is for the life of the loan. Let's say you keep this loan for the full 30 years. If you make your payments as scheduled, your total payments that you're going to make on 6.3% is going to be $2.216 million. So your $1.2 million house, you actually will pay $2.2 million over the course of 30 years. But if you get that 2.5% rate, your total payment is going to be $1.416 million. You have saved nearly $800,000 in interest. That is crazy. So this is how important and how powerful some of these incentives could be. So if you are thinking about buying a home, please reach out to me and schedule an appointment with me. Do not go to any new home sales without a real estate agent, because you're going to miss out on valuable protection and a rebate that I'm willing to do for December, January, and February. Again, my name is felipecrook. I've been a real estate agent for over 22 years. And if you have any questions about the real estate market and you want to talk about some incentives from other builders throughout the greater Los Angeles area, please give me a call. My phone number is 213-268-6832. Again, my name is felipecrook, investing in your dreams.